Whether we like to admit it or not, most of us have thoughts and sometimes voices in our heads. It just happens, we're human. A lot of the time those thoughts are critical and negative. Of course, unless we vocalise them, no one apart from us can hear our inner voice. It's pretty good. But that doesn't stop it seeming real. The occasional negative thought is okay, because these things happen, but when it's more regular or even almost constant, it's time to do something about it. Start by figuring out what the voice is really telling you, because it's coming from your subconscious, so it's almost certainly trying to protect you from something, but it doesn't always make that as obvious as you'd hope. It's just how these things work. So take the time to actually consciously listen to your inner critic, hear what it's saying so you can work out what it's actually trying to say. That's the first step really in stopping it, as weird as that may sound, because if you address the main worry of your inner voice, that'll help reduce the volume and the frequency of its verbal attacks. And that should also help you identify if it's really either your thoughts or if you've inherited thoughts from authority figures that were repeated years ago, teachers, parents, bosses, that kind of thing. If the thoughts expressed by your inner critic are not particularly current, and some of them can easily go back to our childhood, when we're at our most impressionable, then you should be able to box them up in your mind. And then consign them to history, where they belong. And you can let your imagination run wild when you do that. They're only echoes of times gone by, so they're not real. And you can have a lot of fun consigning them to the history books. And you probably can't answer your critical inner voice out loud, which is a shame, because that's actually a very effective approach. So if you can, if you've got a space where you can do that, brilliant. So long as you don't get odd looks from other people when you do it, so go for it if you can. And telling your inner voice off out loud is a good way to get it to basically shut up. And you can even use the kind of language it's been using you and if you want, because it's probably been a bit rude. And if you can't find a time and a place to answer your inner voice out loud, maybe it's just inappropriate, maybe you're under time pressure in a crowded office, then you can still answer it back in your head. Just be a little bit careful and make sure you don't actually accidentally vocalise your response, otherwise it'll look odd. Another option which works well is to retune your subconscious mind by giving it a bunch of affirmations that will help it to work with you on the task of quietening your inner critic. One of the easiest ways to do that is play yourself a subliminal MP3. So the process is as close to effortless as possible. It's highly effective and will help you silence your inner critic quicker and easier than you ever expected. Download the track I've linked below this video to check it out for yourself.